Hello, our video today is going to be on calculating ratio. Now this is a common problem area for many apprentices, so this video should help you understand the basics. So to understand ratio, we need to understand what it actually means. Ratio is all about how one object relates to another. Some apprentices I teach can sort of see the similarities between fractions and ratio because you're talking about how many parts make up a whole. They're not the same, but if you've got that concept that you're thinking about how much makes up a whole, then that's a really good way to go. If I was talking about what I saw in front of me here on my screen, I can see there is one blue cube and 4 yellow cubes. So if I was talking a ratio of what was on my screen here, I would say it is a ratio of 1 to 4. There are 5 parts in total, so if I add those together, that would make the whole, wouldn't it? 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 altogether, but 4 of them are yellow and 1 of them is blue. And that's how we can start to understand ratio. Let's have a look at some examples of how we can apply this. So here we have an example of a ratio question. It's a bit wordy, so with a maths question like this, you have to read it and identify the key information. That applies to all questions, not just ratio ones. Pete, Carol and Laura go out for a meal and agree to split the bill at a ratio of 3 to 4 to 3. Important information here, I've got to make sure I note the order in which names are said because this directly links to the ratio here. So Pete is getting 3, Carol is getting 4 and Laura is getting 3. So I might actually even write this here. 3 for Pete, 4 for Carol, and then 3 for Laura. Okay. The bill comes to £89. What will Carol pay for her meal? So I'm going to make sure that I remind myself that Carol is the one that I care about. So she is the one that has the 4 in the ratio. Okay. So we've got the key information. Bill comes to £89. This is how they're splitting it, although I don't think I've ever split a bill this way. And we've got a total. Now, just like with the blue and yellow cubes on the other slide, I've got my whole here. So when we had the cubes, there were 5 cubes in total. This is our whole here, which is £89. So what we've got to do is add all of these pieces that are being split up back together again. Take the £89 and divide it by that. So 3 plus 4 plus 3. Mentally, I've worked that out. I know 3 and 3 is 6, add the 4 is 10. So it's 10 bits and everyone's taking their share out of that 10. I'm going to take £89 now and I'm going to divide it by 10. Now you would be expected to be able to do this without a calculator. Being able to divide by 10 is a skill that we would expect to be able to be done without that. Quick tip. 10. Look at your decimal point, and that is how many spaces that decimal will move. So we're making it smaller, so it's going to go this way. So the decimal point is now going to appear here. So 89 divided by 10 is 8.9. Okay, so in monetary terms, that is going to be £8.90 per share. So this is all useful information now. I know that one piece is £8.90. So looking back at the people going out for a meal, Pete's agreed to pay for 3 of those pieces, so that'd be 3 times £8.90. Carol is paying for 4, so that'd be 4 times £8.90. And Laura is paying for 3, so again, 3 times £8.90. Now my question hasn't asked me to worry about Pete or Laura, I'm only worrying about Carol, so let's go for that one. So we would need to do the calculation. 4 times £8.90. Again, I would expect you to be able to do this without a calculator. I would do this through partitioning myself. So I would do, what do I know? 4 times 8 is 32. I've then got to do 4 times 0.9 or 90p, haven't I? Now there's 2 ways you could go about this. If you can do it mentally because I know my 9 times tables, I could work that out. And I might actually use that to help me. So, changing 0.9 to 9, do I know what 4 times 9 is? I do. 4 times 9 is 36. Okay? 4 times 0.9 is 10 times smaller than that. So if I take 36 and divide it by 10, just like before, drop it, 3.6 or £3.60. Add them together, 32 plus 3.6 equals, I could put this in a column if I wasn't sure, but I'm going to do it mentally. 32 plus 3 is 5, add the 0.6 is £35.60. So that is how much that person will pay for the meal. Okay, how was that? Did you find that straightforward or was that tricky? Let's try another question. So here is another example of a ratio question. A milkshake recipe uses a ratio of 1 to 2 syrup to milk. So remember the order, 1 to 2 syrup to milk, so 1 syrup to 2 milk. Now how I read that is, for every 1 piece of syrup I've got double the quantity in milk. How much milk would be needed for 4.5 litres of syrup? Let's drop this into our ratio. So we have got 4.5 litres of syrup. So how much milk are we going to need? So if the ratio is 2 to 1, this is 1 part, 4.5. The other side is 2 times that 1 part. I can calculate 4.5 times 2 quite quickly because I know 0.5 is a half. So this is 4.5, and I know 4.5 add 4.5 is 9. Or I can do 4 plus 4 is 8, 0.5 makes 1, and that makes 9. So, does that look right? 1 to 2, 1 4.5, the other side 9. Yes, it does. So, how much milk would be needed? 9 litres would be my answer for that. Let's have a look at another example. So this time, we're sticking with the milkshake recipe. We're sticking with the ratio of 1 to 2, but it's now your turn. I've bought 4 1.5 litre bottles of syrup for the fair. How many litres of milk do I need to buy to make the milkshakes? And once you've completed that, there's another tricky one at the bottom. How many litres of milkshake in total do I make? So have a go, grab a piece of pen and paper, pause the video, and I'll help you with the answers when you come back. Okay, here we go then. A milkshake recipe uses a ratio of 1 to 2, so remember that from the other page. I bought 4 1.5 litre bottles of syrup for the fair. How many litres of milk do I need to buy to make milkshakes? Okay, so again, let's extract key information. We've got 4 1.5 litre bottles of syrup. So I want to know how much syrup have I got in total. To do that, I'm going to do 4 multiply 1.5. Okay, so I could just add 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 and do 4 of those. I can do 4 times 1, 4 times 0.5, or if I can do this mentally, I'll do it mentally. I know that 2 times 1.5 is 3, therefore 4 times it must be 6. So we have got 6 litres of syrup so far. Now remember the ratio, 6, slip it in, so that's part 1 to 2. So remember, what I need to do is double to get that 2. 6 times 2 is 12. So how many litres of milk do I need to buy to make the milkshakes? 12 litres. Now this final bit here, how many litres of milkshake in total do I make? This is where your ratio is going to help you because it's asking for the whole. Just like we had on that first page, how much have you got when you put everything together? To work that out, I'm going to do 6 plus 12. So I'm going to add my 6 litres of syrup and my 12 litres of milk. 6 plus 12 is in the 6 times tables, it's 18. So in total, I'm going to be making 18 litres of milkshake. How did you get on? Did you get it right or were you thrown off? Remember, there are many resources to support you if you're one of our apprentices. Log on to your BKSB, use our workbooks. If you're still finding this really tricky, remember to speak to your tutor or your assessor and we'll help you further. Until next time, take care.